Hey guys, welcome to Pharma Palette. Today we will be discussing about the lymphatic circulation. How does the lymph flow in our body? So without any further delay, let's get into the video. So this is the complete flow chart of the lymphatic circulation. Initially, there will be blood capillaries. So from the blood capillaries, the fluid will be getting leaked out of those capillaries. Then it finally enters the interstitial fluid. That means the excess interstitial fluid will be entering into the lymphatic capillary. So here in the lymphatic capillary, the interstitial fluid is called as the lymph. So here this lymph will be entering into the efferent lymph vessels. That is the from the efferent lymph vessels, the lymph will be flowing to the lymph node. In the lymph node, the lymph will be getting filtered. After filtration, it enters into the efferent lymphatic vessel. So from here, it will be entering into the lymphatic trunk. That means here the lymph is actually collected. So that finally enters into the blood by reaching the subclavian vein. So let me just repeat this again. So initially the blood capillaries, in the blood capillaries, the fluid will be leaking out of these capillaries. After that, from the interstitial fluid, the excess one will be entering into the lymphatic capillaries. So here, this interstitial fluid is called as lymph. That lymph will be entered into the efferent lymphatic vessels. Here, the lymph will be flowing to the lymphatic node. In the lymphatic node, the lymph gets filtered. That filtered lymph will be entering into the efferent lymphatic vessel. From there, it enters into the lymphatic trunk. Here, the lymph will be getting collected and finally enters into the subclavian vein, lymph returning back into the blood. So this part we'll be calling it as the blood capillaries. So from here it enters into the interstitial fluid. So here the plasma gets leaked out. Then it finally enters into the efferent lymphatic vessels. Then it reaches into the lymphatic trunk. From there it enters into the collecting duct that will be entering here back into the subclavian vein. So here in this region, the lymph will be returning back into the bloodstream, and also this is called as the lymphatic duct. See, here the lymph will be getting absorbed. That lymph is turned into the afferent lymphatic vessel. Here the lymph gets filtered. That filtered lymph will be getting exited and it finally reaches the lymphatic vessel, which is a lymphatic trunk. So from there it enters into the subclavian vein. So however you see, the process will be same. Let me tell you the step by step process or the points you can write in each one. Now let us see in each part what points you will be including. So first thing is the blood capillaries. So here you can write that the blood will be flowing through the tiny capillaries. So which are present here. So it flows through the tiny capillaries. The fluid, that means the plasma, will be getting leaked out of the capillaries due to the pressure. This leaked fluid, we will be calling it as a interstitial fluid. So in the interstitial fluid, it will be surrounding the tissue cells. So most of it re-enters the blood capillaries. Next part is the lymphatic capillaries. Here they absorb the excess interstitial fluid and the fluid inside them is now called as a lymph. Then it enters into the fourth part, which is the efferent lymphatic vessels. They will be carrying the lymph towards the lymph node. So lymph contains the waste, pathogens and immune cells. So these vessels also have the valves. And the next part is the lymph nodes. So in the lymph nodes, it is a filtration part. That means most of the lymph will be getting filtered. That means it will be filtering out the bacteria, pathogens, harmful substances will completely filtered at this position. Actually, so in the lymph nodes, it is a filtration state, so where most of the lymph will be getting filtered. So all the bacteria, pathogens, harmful substances will be filtered because the lymph node is having WBC cells, which are the T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes. They will be destroying the pathogens, so thereby they will be making the lymph more clearer, and then it passes into the efferent lymphatic vessels. Here, the extra filtration will be again happening. So, better filtration happens in this efferent lymphatic vessels. After that, it finally reaches into the lymphatic trunk. So, severant efferent vessels, these efferent vessels will be joining together to form the lymphatic trunk. So, all the lymph which is collected from different body regions will be present in the lymphatic trunks, and finally it reaches the collecting duct, which is a lymphatic duct. That means they will be having two types, as we have discussed earlier: thoracic duct and right lymphatic ducts. So these ducts will be collecting and lymph towards the bloodstream. They will be carrying the lymph towards the bloodstream, which is a subclavian vein, which is the last part of the lymphatic circulation. Here it is a final destination of the lymph. So lymph will be starting emptying into the left and right subclavian vein. So lymph now becomes the part of the bloodstream again. Now let me just summarize this. This is the complete summary of the lymphatic circulation. So if you can remember all these positions and their function, this is more than enough. So simply the capillaries will be there where the fluid gets leaked out, and they will be entering into the interstitial fluid. The excess fluid will be collected because of the pressure. It comes out of the blood capillaries. Then after that it enters into the lymphatic capillary. Once it enters into the capillary, we will be calling it as lymph. That will be again entering into the efferent vessels. So here from the efferent vessels it enters into the lymphatic node. Lymphatic node is a site of filtration where most of the pathogens will be getting eliminated. Then finally enters into the efferent part where the better filtration occurs. After the efferent vessels it reaches into the duct, which is the last part of this lymphatic circulation. Then finally enters into the bloodstream, which is a through the subclavian vein it enters back into the bloodstream. So that is a basic summary and the complete details of lymphatic circulation, its steps, diagram, and step by step process of each one. So if you can write the points which I have explained here, that is more than enough for your exams. So each part and what is its main function and what is the right flow of it, if you can write this, this is more than enough for exam. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Pharma Palette. And see you all in the next video, and thanks for watching.